So listen, Austin, one of the biggest things to know is that as it pertains to shingles in your roof, installation quality is significantly more important than the quality of the shingles themselves. So Driftwood Builders is a GAF Master Elite certified contractor. So obviously we prefer GAF shingles. 2 days ago on Friday night, I had a customer texted me and his daughter is having her condo redone. They're getting a new roof in Dallas, Texas, and they're using TAMKO. So he asked me a specific question on what's the difference between GAF and TAMKO shingles. And I gave him an honest answer. I said, it's like comparing Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Me personally, I'm a Coke man. I think Coke tastes better than Pepsi, but the reality is that I understand they're very similar products. And even though we use GAF, to be honest, GAF, in my opinion, better than TAMKO, but to be honest, they're really not that different. However, the number one thing you need to keep in mind is the insulation quality is 10 times more important than the shingle quality. So you want to choose a roofer who's going to do a full tear off instead of roofing over problems. For example, after you remove the first layer of asphalt shingles, you need to remove all layers of felt paper. Every roof should have exactly one layer of felt paper, no more, no less. The second thing to keep in mind is decking inspection is critical during a roof replacement because if there's rotted decking, it needs to be replaced. You also want to make sure your roofer does a good job with quality underlayment and proper flashing details. You also want to make sure starter ridge and ventilation are done properly and a clean scope of work is included and no vague promises. So just to recap, installation and a detailed scope of work are 10 times more important than the specific shingle that you choose. Another thing Austin, Texas homeowners should keep in mind is they need to keep their valleys clean. So what we have right here is a valley of a roof. And so as you can see in this picture, there's a lot of debris and leaves and stuff that gets accumulated in there. And what valleys are is, so we specifically go out of our way to install ice and water shield in all valleys. So ice and water shield is an extra layer of protection because every time it rains and rain falls down, it obviously goes into the valley and then down the valley and then into the gutters and hopefully, quickly and effectively off your roof. However, as you can see from this photo, if there's a lot of debris and leaves that get stuck in the valley, it makes it harder for water to properly flow out of your roof. So we highly encourage homeowners to clean their valleys so that way debris doesn't accumulate and water can safely flow out of your roof. What can Austin, Texas homeowners do to make the roof last longer? Number one, they can inspect the roof after major hail or wind events. Number two, they can keep valleys and gutters clear of leaves and debris. Number three, they can trim overhanging branches when possible. Number four, they can address small repairs before they become larger leaks. Number five, ask for photo documentation during inspection. You can never have too much documentation. And number six, get a realistic opinion based on your roof, not just a shingle brochure. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Have a great rest of your day.